taking those rest days. I know you have to go and you have to train. I just if I could ask like two things. One, you saw it before. Now you're doing Vada. Is there a difference? And just how do you feel about this kind of movement that's happening? That you were part of the first fight. Now it's kind of catching wildfire. Other fighters are doing it.
Yeah, I mean, they look for whatever they're looking for. I guess maybe it's pretty good. I'm always checking out good.
Yeah.
So
I think it's a nice positive for the sport where the fighters get to kind of protect themselves, but do it together. Rather than like an accusatory way.
Yeah. I think that's the best thing. That we're able to do this, and then after the fight, then you have the fans and media saying, oh, maybe he was on something, because now they know that it's just not it.
Yeah. Absolutely, I agree with that. I also like what that battle is also educating fighters, because I think a lot of time fighters don't know what they're putting in their bodies.
Yeah, I think a lot of times too. I think that when these sports trainers and stuff start coming into the picture, they start bringing these things to the fighters, and the fighters are taking it, trying to be the best they can, because the sports trainers trying to say, look, this is what I did for him. The fighters don't really know. The fighters just get in the ring and fight. The sports trainers and all these other people, that's what they do.
Absolutely.
So really we need to have Vada and USADA and all them go down to the sports trainers and be like, listen, what are you giving this fighter?
Yeah,
it's true.
We had a chance.
Like that.
We had a chance. I don't think we have the rights to say his name yet, but we had a chance to sit down with a trainer that even said, first time around when having these fitness guys come up about, and they started helping out with his fighters, he said they put a roll of pills on the table, and I had no clue what they were.
Right.
And maybe I should have done a little bit more investigation, and it did hurt his fighter in the long run and stuff,
And you know what? And you know what? Not only that, when you get these sports trainers, I did the worst. I fought the worst when I had sports trainers around me.
He said the same thing. He said the same thing about his fighter. Mm-hmm.
Really?
When I didn't have a sports trainer, and I didn't have all these guys coming in doing all this fancy whatever they're doing, I was just sticking to boxing and running, push-ups, set-ups, and all that stuff. I looked great. I was pound the best and all that stuff. I mean, I was undefeated and everything. But the minute the sports trainer came is when I had my first loss.
Wow.
And that was at Vernon Forest. The minute the sports trainer came is when I had my first loss.
If you could do it all over again, huh?
I would never have. If I could do it all over again. That guy would never be in the picture ever, because I would never have a problem.
Because at that point, you were just doing old school boxing training, right? You were just straight up.
I was just doing my thing. I was just going to the gym, sparring, hitting the bags, training. I think when they keep it to that, then they're good. I mean, there's little things that you can do, I guess, extra stuff, but a lot of that stuff doesn't relate to boxing. And it messes up the fighter. They're training different muscles. They're working different muscles, getting different muscles sore. So a fighter gets in the ring and tries to work and shadow box or spar or whatever, and he's not doing as good. He's getting hit with shots because different muscles are aching that he don't even need to really work.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's the thing. I mean,
they're doing MMA stuff, and that might be good for MMA, but it ain't good for boxing.
I agree.
Even the fight, and I've followed your whole career, and we won't dive right in the middle of it because I know you got to go. We'll dance around the edges of it, but the De La Hoya rematch and all the things that were tied to it. We don't have to go there, but I always thought you didn't look good in that fight.
I did worse.
I thought you didn't look good in that fight. And
yeah.
Would you agree?
Yeah, I agree. I didn't look good in that fight. Like I said, the first loss I got is with the sports trainer that I had. That was trying all these different vitamins and trying all these different things with me. Let's try this vitamin, let's try that vitamin, this vitamin, that. Trying everything, and I wasn't feeling good. And that's when I had my first losses with this guy. The same guy I had with De La Hoya is the same guy with Vernon Forest.
Well, I know him, yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
wow.
Okay? That's the first time I lost. 38-0 with 35 knockouts, and I lost when I had a sports trainer.
Interesting.
God,
from then on, so there was basically those two fights, and then you moved on, and now you just train yourself?
Yeah. I do it myself. Just eating regular vitamin. I mean, not vitamin, but eating regular food and stuff. And
right.
It just you get this protein shakes and stuff like that, to refill. Like, I mean, the regular stuff, the stuff that, that we all know, not this,
well, like,
taking your blood and all this other stuff they're doing.
So I know do you live in Vegas now?
Yeah, I got a place in Vegas.
Okay. Like, what do you think of all these MMA guys getting popped for using testosterone? Like that Overeem guy was like 14-to-1 TE ratio. There's other guys that have been, they get the testosterone exemption. What's your take on that?
I mean, they probably, just MMA guys are probably overdoing it, I mean, it's just it's just crazy, and they're trying to be like He-Man or something. Like, that's what they mean. I mean, boxing.
I don't think, with a prescription, if you kept it within the rules, which is like 6-to-1 in Vegas and 4-to-1 in California.
Yeah, I mean,
if you're keeping it under there, that's cool.
There's some guys. There's some young guys. Like their testosterone are gonna be way up there, 21 years old. So maybe the testosterone is even across the board for everybody. Then I mean, we're like you said, keep it in the rules or whatever. Then you might be all right.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But these guys, they want to.
They're abusing it.
They're abusing it. Not only they're abusing it, it's probably not really them. It's probably their trainers. Their sports trainers.
Yeah.
They're probably abusing. Come on, shooting them up, and all that. I mean, it's always the sports trainer, man. The sports trainer always is messing up the fighters. The fighters need to go ahead and just fight. I mean, they're going to be. And they're not even doctors. They're just sports people, and they're experimenting on fighters like lab rats.
Yep.
They need Vada and all them need to go after the sports trainers. But listen, what are you giving this guy? What are you doing? Like, you can't give him this. That's not legal. Stuff like that.
You can just walk in the gym, put a stopwatch around your neck and a towel over your shoulder, and you're a boxing trainer. If you got a magic potion to shoot up guys.
I'm not even saying because a lot of the boxing trainers, the real boxing trainers, not going to deal with don't want to deal with none of that stuff.
But they don't. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Like, they want to keep it traditional all the time. I've spoken to so many trainers, and they say, I don't deal with none of that stuff. If you have if you have your fighter train right, run and eat, that's all you need. You don't need all this added stuff. Right.
If you get a real boxing trainer, he's not going to want that. Now, if you get one of these, coming off the track, guys are, in the baseball field or something, or football or something like that, they're going to want to try to introduce that to the fighter. The fighter don't know what the hell's going on. They're like, okay, well, is it legal? Oh, yeah, it's legal. You're going to be all right. Okay. Go ahead. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Well,
no.
I mean, we're kind of in this neighborhood, Shane, and I don't want to insult you. You're one of the all-time great warriors.
But it's okay.
It's okay. Okay. Go ahead.
But let me just.
I'm already being insulted already on the media. Talking about I'm 40 years old. I'm too old. I am old. I'm old for boxing. I am old, but I'm still.
I'm pulling for you. I'm in almost the 40 club. So
Hey, Shane. All you gotta do though, when these guys are saying you're old, is bring out a picture of your girlfriend and say, "Really, man."
Like Groucho Marx says, you're only as old as
it motivates me. When I go into Twitter or whatever and I see all this crap on Twitter, I actually get on it before I go for my run. So it makes me run harder.
Nice.
I get on it before I go down to the gym and train. Oh, yeah? Okay. So I go down to the gym and I train even harder. So this fight's gonna look real good. For me, it's gonna look real good. Everybody's gonna be impressed. I don't want to hear nothing. No, he's too young. I don't want to hear none of that.
Right, absolutely.
Like Groucho Marx famously said, you're only as old as the women you feel. So you should be all good. We're in this neighborhood, and I know we're putting it on the trainers, and I do agree with you in some respects, but don't you think at some level, and even in your situation with that, going in that Delta, with the Balco situation, the fighter does have some responsibility to understand what's going in there before he puts anything in. Or is seeking out that edge. I mean, there is those people that do that seek out the edge. Would you agree?
The fighter does have a responsibility, but when you have the person that's contacting the commission and finding out what is all right with you, what's all right, what's going to pass, what's not, what's good, you're like, okay, well, everything is good, then I'm good. Now, when I went to the fight, and they tested me and everything was good, he said, everything is good. I said, okay, everything is good. No problem. Now when they go on TV and they start talking about all this craziness on TV, I'm like, well, and we call the guy, like, what's going on? You know, what's up with this? And he's like, you know, they're not calling back no more. So now we know something's up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what's all this about? I mean, I'm good. I never tested positive for anything, so I'm like, I'm good. So what's up with this?
So then later on, you get caught in.
So now I get claimed, you know, the steroid king or some shit. I mean, something like that.
Right. You can say that. It's all good. You're on the internet. We're on the internet right now. Go ahead.
Okay. Okay. So
we'll bleep it. No worries. You know, beep.
So you know, and I'm like, this is 2003. And you guys are still trying to hassle me. I'm not doing nothing crazy. I'm not going to do nothing.
Right.
You know, I don't even like you said, and I said I looked bad with the second fight with Oscar 2003. I didn't even like that fight. The first fight was the best fight.
Yeah.
When I was limber, I was fast, I was moving good, and I was doing what I had to do because I was doing traditional boxing. That's when I was at my best.
Definitely, Shane. You know, man, I got to tell you. Opened up and you kept it real here on Leaving the Ring. We really appreciate you coming on. Can't wait to see you get back in the ring on May 5th against Saul Canelo Alvarez. And hopefully you walk away the victor, man. You know, and like I said, no matter what, I think a lot of fight fans still believe you're a living legend, man. You know, so.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that.
Much respect to you, Shane. That was one of the most open interviews I've ever heard you give, and you're always very open. I love talking to you in person. But I'd keep you here on an hour if Dave would let me, but I guess we got to let you go train. So,
it's all good. I just want to give you guys a little bit of insight, you know, and let the boxing world, the fans know exactly really what's going on in the boxing. It's not just the fighter. The fighter's not going out and saying, you know what, I want to go get some stuff to make enhance my strength or whatever. The fighter's not doing that. It's the sports trainer that's doing it. So they need to go get to the sports trainer, not the trainer, the sports trainer that they have.
Because that's the guy with the little black medical book or a little bag, you know.
Yeah, the little bag, throwing the ball around and making you hop around and doing different setups and stuff like that, and throwing the medicine balls different ways. So,
right, and having crazy rants on Twitter.
Oh, shit. Wow, I didn't go there. Shane, before either of us get in trouble, you have a great workout, man, and we'll catch up with you. I'll see you in Vegas.
All right, Massey.
All right, bro. You take care.
Good luck to you.
Bye-bye.
Shane Mosley with us here on Leave It in the Ring. Man, opened up and got serious. It really got serious here on Leave It in the Ring. I mean, a lot of times when you speak to Shane, and you know, it's radio, camera, lights, come on. We've seen him become political. This time around, man, he didn't sound like a politician. He almost sounded like, just was like, what? Let me talk about it. Because normally, I know he doesn't want to talk about things like that, but I think it's been in the oven for long enough, and it's time to take it out. And he was open about it, and I appreciate when fighters come on and they just say, you know what, I'm going to talk about it, no matter what.
What was interesting was we talked directly about it, but we didn't actually say it, you know. And I kind of maybe that's kind of why he opened up. It's like, all right, these guys aren't going to pin me exactly all the way to the wall. And I think in a sense it helped him to kind of talk to us a little bit more openly, you know. I've never heard an athlete who's involved in such a highly publicized case as the Balco case. I mean, we've all seen the YouTube interviews with him as his debriefing or his testimony before the grand jury that was leaked. There's edited version. There's also like a very long, an hour-long testimony version. But this was the first time he ever was just straight up about it, you know. I think he could go a little further, but I won't denigrate what he did tell us. I'll just